What's up, you filthy animals? My name's Aaron Ciotti. Everybody calls me Ciotti. That was the Moon Goat Maiden. I told you I was going to pound on it. And I did not... I am a man of my word. I was kind of flying like crap. I didn't plan on crashing it so much, but I crash a lot, and that was no exception. I had all this confidence because of the GoPro mount, and yeah, the GoPro held up okay. I just ripped the back off because I noticed that I cracked this session 4 pretty good. Check this out. It was not like this before. Where's that spudger at? Yeah, so this is new. This big ass crack here and this big old crack here, those are new. Those happened today. And the more alarming thing is this back piece popped up. You see it? See how that back piece is not flat anymore? So I ended up pulling the back off, and Alexander says the stream is unlisted already. Oh hell, hold on. Let me fix it. This is what happens when I don't schedule the stream. I forget to change that. Okay, cool. Thanks, Alexander, for calling that out. It is now public. Yeah, so I ripped the, while that Maiden was playing, I pulled the back off of the session 4 here because that seemed like the only way that I was going to be able to get in here to fix this little latch. And so that's kind of what I'm doing now. I don't know. I'm worried that I'm going to make it worse, but I mean, I kind of got to fix it. Let me see here. Let's play around with this a little bit, see if I can figure out how to get this thing to sit back down. I tried hitting it with a hammer, and that didn't work. But I did try. And you know, as long as you try, that's the important part, right? So let's see. Can I just push this little back piece? Yeah, there we go. It kind of looked like... Okay, so I see. Wow, yeah, that crack comes all the way down here. The crack goes all the way into here, and then up, and then diagonal, and then it kind of splits. Yikes. Well, let's see. Let's see if I can just slide this thing back on. Look at that. There's the inside of the little latch there. So let's see if I can get this back in there real quick here. This will also give people... Now that the stream is actually marked public, thanks to Alexander giving me the reminder, look at that. Good to go. Okay. So that little back latch piece is good to go, and it works. So now I've just got to put this back piece on. Look at us go, man. First like 5 minutes of the stream, we're already fixing something. Good Lord. First time for everything. So there's the back button. And then let me just hit this with a little bit of heat just to get the adhesive kind of adhesiving. And I will just stick this back on and we should be good to go. I'm not really concerned with this back, but whatever. Let's see. Okay. And all right. Okay. Just get a little hammer action here, just to, you know, feel like we did something good. And there we have it. That's how you fix a session 4 with a hammer, and that button works back there. Top button works. Latch works. Very cool. Ooh, is the screen broken? I think I broke the screen. Nope, the screen still works. Look at that, man. My God, the sessions are tough. What a great camera. There it sits. We're already fixing stuff. I've got short hair. I'm fixing... Wait, I didn't turn any lights on. We got nothing going on. The lava lamp is off. Hold on. Unprofessional streamer becomes more unprofessional by the minute. We'll go red. I forgot to turn those other lights on. Let's get those turned on. Hang on. And come on. Magic Home. Office. On. There we go. Now it's almost as sexy in here as my new... whatever. Travis Easterday, Xenakis FPV. Everybody go check out FPV Exchange. Lots of fun new stuff coming over there. You're going to love my nuts. Freelojo is in the chat. Athix, Alexander Romanenko, Metal Dirt Skin, Freelojo again. Scrolling. Don E, Doc, Crisp Taters, and License to Drive. What's up, fellas? Crisp Taters says, what's up? I'm back. Alexander says, FFS, get a mini heat gun. No way. Heat guns are too big. And then Alexander reminding me that the stream is unlisted. And also saying fly crash repeat. Yeah, indeed. Freelojo is waiting for it to start snowing. That is miserable. That was today. That was me in a t-shirt today. Sorry. I moved south so that in February I could wear a t-shirt. And I think it was worth it. I don't know. I'll get back to you. How are you guys doing, man? What's new? What'd you fools get up to today? Today kind of got away from me. I wanted to get the my FPV crate unboxing video up, and I didn't. But that's okay. I'm gonna get it up tomorrow. That's what she said. That's what he said. After that battery, I broke the damn thing. This is the Moon Goat, and that was the Maiden. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, just rewind to the beginning of the video. I'll wait. What if I sat here for like 4 minutes? Just waited. The camera actually just let go. I have no idea why. It just... I don't know. This is a Micro Eagle that Brad sent me in a box of stuff, some of which has been in giveaways. And yeah, I don't know. After that Maiden, I plugged in the next battery, and there was OSD but no video. And then I poked and prodded at the back of the camera, and it came back to life, and I flew about 10 feet, and then the camera shut off again. I flipped my oh my god switch and to turn the accelerometer on, and landed it nice and gently. But the video never came back, and then I poked and prodded at the camera some more, and it didn't do anything. So we're gonna fix the Moon Goat. I'm about half of the way fixed already. We're just going to drop in another Micro Eagle, and we should be good to go. So I'm just kind of doing that right now here. Let me move over to the bench so that you guys can see the very exciting camera swap that's about to happen. There we go, and okay. Buckle up, Buttercups, because this is going to be the most exciting thing you see all week. I'm going to take one camera out and replace it with the exact same camera. Okay, here we go. Unplugging this Micro Eagle. Let me take a quick look here. Let me take the quick look with the 5X loop and see if I can spot any weirdness that would explain why this thing just mysteriously shit the bed. Everything looks okay. There's no... Doesn't look like there's any components that have broken off. Huh. Well, I don't know. And when it comes to cameras that just like mysteriously stop working like this, my inclination is always to just throw them away, because it's just like unsafe to have that. So I think that's what I'm gonna do, unless one of you guys really wants me to send this to you. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna trash this. I mean, this is a discontinued camera. I have a bunch. Okay, I'm throwing it away. The top of the camera is also broken. It's in the garbage. It's just not worth it. It's just not worth it to find out the hard way that yeah, that it's. I mean, I already found out almost the hard way. Here's another one. This is a Joshua Bardwell edition. It's got the RC25G lens on it, which I'm going to swap out because that doesn't quite clear with this with the Moongoat front end with the TPU on it. So let's just swap this out real quick, and then apparently we're gonna have bad weather for a while here. So I would love to get back out and fly this some more tomorrow, but it's not looking like it. It's not looking like I'll be able to fly outside for at least like a week or so. But whatever. Okay, and if I remember correctly, it was fairly out of focus. So I'll put it back in and just loosely, and then I'll get it refocused. And then it'll be ready to go for battery number 2. On the maiden battery, it felt like a brand new fresh rig. It flew like a 5-inch quad. I don't like, yeah, you guys could, here, let me play the, just because the stream was unlisted at the beginning, let me play the maiden battery for you again. And yeah, just understand this is the maiden of the Moongoat. So that was this one here. Okay. So here you go. I'm just going to give it to you guys with full volume. You can listen to the tune. You can listen to all the stuff. And while you're watching this, I'm going to screw around with this camera.
I mean, it's a brand new rig. Brand new rigs always fly incredibly smooth. But, good. Yeah, Maiden, Moongoat, Acon 30x30 stack, analog of course, and T-Motor F40 Pro 4s, 2400 kV scaled down for 6S. This is a 6S Ovonic 1000 mAh. Let's see how it goes. Good sign. I was gonna pound on this thing. Let me at least make sure I don't cook the motors for them to be abused. He's in there to. It's all good. All good. All good.
So there you go. There's the Moongoat Maiden battery. Yeah, it flies like a quad. It flies great. The only thing that I really noticed different between it and the Glide is that because it's, well, I'll show you. Look where the look. All right. So we use this light. Okay. So the point that's going to contact the ground, all right? Look where the camera is. This is the Glide. Look where the camera is, right by where my eyeballs are, right? That's where the camera is in relation to the first point that's going to hit the ground, which is the bottom of this silver bar, okay? See that gap there? Versus, and this is a True X frame, versus the Moongoat. Look where the camera is, where my eye. See how much closer it is? So, that's because this is a squished X. They've pulled the front arms back. Versus True X, the arms are out farther. So what I noticed is when I was flying really low to the ground, the camera, the FPV camera, would physically get closer to the ground. Which actually made it a little bit easier for me because like the FPV camera would get so close to the ground that like I could really, it just, for whatever reason, it made it a little bit easier for me to manage my my altitude super low to the ground. Whereas with the Glide, and this is probably because I haven't flown in like 2 months, there's a, oh, that nut came off. I'm gonna replace that. With the Glide, the FPV camera is ever so slightly higher up from the ground, and it's a little bit more difficult to fly like stupidly low off the ground. And I mean, I'm talking like, I mean, you guys saw it. So yeah. Other than that, flew like a 5-inch rig. I mean, I couldn't feel and I couldn't just see any real difference in the footage, which, I mean, that's the way that it should be, right? Like, if a frame doesn't have resonance problems, it's just a platform for the rest of the electronics, right? And there's just nothing magical, really, to frames at this point. The Glide frame has a lot of advantages, like the option for the True X arms or the Dead Cat arms. You can slam the deck lower because you've got space up in the front for the 20x20 flight controller. Like, all these things that I've talked about before, all the reasons that I fly Glide frames. Yeah. So the Moongoat seems like a fantastic frame, right? It's just as good as the Glide frame. There was no weird resonance. I mean, there was a little bit of jello when I started to bang the props up, but I mean, I was chipping the ends off of the propeller, so you can't. It has nothing to do with the frame. Stack is still mounted solidly. That's fine. It started to take some. I mean, there's some digs and dings in the carbon. I very quickly remembered why I hate SMA, which is that in crashes, the SMA loosens up and the antenna goes all over the damn place. So if I were to keep this to keep this build, I would figure out a different solution and just ditch the UFL to SMA and just go straight UFL antenna. So yeah, not a single bad thing. I mean, all good things, but nothing that would really sway me from the glide to the moon goat. That's just me, though. I mean, there are certainly people that like the squished X geometry. I think I prefer the true X geometry with the option of dead cat arms. On the glide, if you put the dead cat arms on the glide, this actually becomes the farthest forward point. So the glide with dead cat arms, I could literally have the chin being the lowest point. So I could put the camera even closer to the ground with the dead cat arms on the glide if there was some reason for me to do that. So yeah, it's I'm gonna keep flying the. I didn't hit. None of those hits were really hard enough to truly test the strength of the frame itself. I was gonna start really ramping up to that on the second battery, but the camera shit the bed, so I didn't have a chance to. So I spent the other 7 batteries flying and breaking glides. I mean, just actually breaking cameras. Which I'm going to rectify one of right now, which is this one. Let me, I'm going to plug this in. I just want to get this camera focused, and then we're going to move on to one of the glides. The glide that I fixed the VTX yesterday, I guess I didn't test it. I went out to fly today. I plugged the battery in. I put it on the ground. I put my goggles on, and there was no video. There was just OSD. So I guess the camera's broken on that as well, which sucks because that's a Runcam Phoenix Nano. And I haven't had one of those fail on me yet. So hold on a second. Let me get this focused here. Let me give you something else to watch while I'm doing this. Here's the next battery. This is session 4 footage too, by the way. Let's see what we got here. Oh my god, computer, really? You can't even... Oh my god. Mark A says, thanks for all the time you put into the live streams. They are awesome. Thanks for saying that, Mark. You guys hanging out are the reason why I do it. So it's a symbiotic relationship. Why would I... What a weird thing to say. Drone Pilot says there was a Truex frame with an extended front, but I like the Chimera 7-inch with dropped camera front, but it's dead cat. However, it's the stiffest frame I have for 7-inch. Very, very cool. What, computer, can you get your shit together here? What? There we go. And then Freelojo says camera close to the ground is why Cineglide. Yeah, but unfortunately there are some pretty serious drawbacks to the Cineglide, which I'm not really. It's just not a freestyle frame. I mean, it's a cinema frame through and through. So it would probably last about 10 minutes with me flying it. Freelojo says I do run the Glide Hammer Dead Cat though. How? Or I didn't think there was 6mm dead cat arms. That's new to me, Freelojo. I know that I think that there were 5.5mm dead cat. No, there weren't. I forget. How are you doing that, Freelojo? Dauntless says, are props in view on the Glide from the HD view? What's the reason for dead cat arms? There are just, well, here, I'll show you. There is just the tiniest little bit of prop in view with the Glide on the regular Truex arms. With a 30-degree, I'm sorry, with 30-degree up tilt. I forget. Yeah, there is. 30-degree up tilt HD mount. There is just the tiniest little bit of prop in view. So like every single one of my 5-inch videos, if you look really closely, in the very bottom corners there will be the tiniest little bit of propeller in view. That's why I run gray or black props in the front, it just disappears. I never notice it, but technically it's there. The reason for the dead cat arms is if you want to go to a 20-degree mount or a 10-degree mount or even a 0-degree mount, you can not have props in view. And here's some flying because I want to get this camera focused real quick. So here's the budget rig. So we're going from like ultra premium, brand new Moongoat to beat to hell budget glide. And
All right, from the Moongoat to the budget rig.
There you go.
Stark difference, but it won't. This is the budget rig, but it's built with decent components, so I'll probably barely be able to tell a difference. But 600.
Told you I was flying like shit today. So yeah, there you go. Could you guys see the props in the corners ever so slightly? I can't. Once the smoke black, I guess you can if you really look, but it's not. It doesn't matter. Like they're basically not there. And this is the session 4 in 4x3 mode. So yeah, 4x3 has more vertical, and that picks them up a little bit more. 16x9 is gonna smash the vertical down a little bit. So yeah, there you go. Double A in the house. Rotten Tomato says, shout out for getting us 4-inch arms in the 250. Random FPV says, we're in a relationship. I need more sexy time if this relationship is going to work. Deal. Dauntless says, torturing the motor wires. Been there, done that. The motor wires? What motor wires? Nah, motor wires are fine. They're fine. Cool. I got that camera in here. It's focused now. Let me just throw the hardware in, and the goat from the moon will be ready for round 2 of abuse whenever I can get out and fly again. Whenever the weather cooperates again. I'm gonna pull these propellers off. I mean there were like what 5 or 6 pretty good hits there on these propellers. I just kept bending them back because I wanted to, basically on the maiden, I try to really beat the propellers to make sure that the tune isn't going to be too cranked up and sort of get hot motors with beat props. So I really just bend the props back over and over and over and over again so that I can get a really nice baseline, and then basically, if the motors aren't getting hot, which these weren't, I can either leave the tune alone, which I probably will. That there were really no bad behaviors on that tune, on this tune, I should say, right out of the box. Or if there are bad behaviors, I can start cranking the tune up a little bit. So yeah. Oh, speaking of. Somebody hired me on Fiverr to help them tune, Dwayne Huffner. And I just really quickly wanted to click here, and awesome. Thank you, Dwayne, if you're watching. I'm sending you a quick message back here so that we can get this scheduled. Thanks so much, man. What day/time works best for you this week or weekend to get your rig locked in? Awesome. Rig /S locked in. Very cool. If you're interested in things like this or any other ways to support me, CiottiFPV.com is the way to do that. There's an Etsy store there with a whole bunch of awesome stickers. If you'd like to rep me on some of your gear, there's even some random hardware on there which you might need. There is the Fiverr page where I can help you fly better, build better, spec your parts out better, all kinds of good stuff going on over there, which very soon is going to be up off of Fiverr and over on FPVinstructor.com, which is going to be my new site that I'm going to be sort of pushing pretty hard here in 2021. And then there's, of course, the Patreon page, which for as little as $3 a month, which is 10 cents a day, you will get daily live streams. 10 cents per live stream. Come on. You can't tell me I'm not worth that. Hopefully. Don't tell me that. You'll hurt my feelings. And there's a whole bunch of affiliate links over there. If you ever find yourself doing an order on GetFPV, Amazon, Banggood, omagod.com, FPV, man, there's too many things with FPV in the beginning. FPV Crate, rather. Yeah, whole bunch of good stuff going on over there. Click those links before you do the orders. I get some free money. I pour it right back into making good content for you guys. Cool. Bills paid. Let's screw this camera in here together. That was a weird thing to say. Freeloader says you can see the props if you know what to look for. Very, very true. Frank Nicholas says 4x3 doesn't have more vertical. 16x9 has more width. I stand corrected. Dauntless FPV says, I thought that was the crash when you break the arm and the motor was flopping around, but I realized it wasn't. Gotcha, Dauntless. And then Athix says, would you recommend the GOAT? Come on, Athix, really? I mean, I guess I don't really need to answer at this point, but I love Tommy. I think it's a really good frame, but fuck you, Athix. Crunk says Apex greater than Moongoat. I don't know about that. The Apex is quite a bit heavier, and so I would actually go with the Moongoat over the Apex, but I would go with the Glide over the Moongoat. The Glide gives you the option of True X or Dead Cat front arms. It gives you the option to run your 20x20 up front. It has better motor protection than both of those, like no questions asked. Yeah. It costs half as much as both of those, which for me is a really, really big deal. So, not to take anything away from the Moongoat. The Moongoat it seems so far to be a fantastic frame, but the Glide is just an anomaly. Like the Glide frame is just this very unique thing. And here's the thing, right? The Glide is made by a dentist making dentist money who is able to sell it at cost. And that's unfair. Yeah, I mean that just changes everything. Yeah. The Moongoat is for someone that wants something that's lighter than the Apex, that's squished X. So if that's you, yes, I can recommend the Moongoat. If you don't care about the extra weight, then maybe go with the Apex. If you want to spend half as much money and you'd like True X and you'd like the option for Dead Cat arms, FPV Cycle Glide. Athix says, I'm guessing the GOAT has its place for the right people. It does. It absolutely does. And I think it's basically just people that want Squish X. Like when we just boil everything else down, right? And the Glide has better motor protection. The motor protection is a big deal on the Glide. If you crash a lot. So, yeah, there's a very specific... We're very lucky right now. We've got a lot of unbelievably good frames available to us. But for $50 versus $90 and $100, I just It's tough, man. What do I say, right? These are great frames. These are all great frames, but like $50, guys, right? Like, god damn. It just I almost wish the Glide was $100 so that it could be sort of more of a fair fight. Like, Clint Kelly says, what part breaks the most on the Glide? The arms, which is the best part to break. The Glide was very specifically designed for the arms to break first, and when the arm breaks first, it potentially saves the motor, and it saves things like the base plate from breaking, which is a real pain in the ass. What's really nice about the Glide is that the arms are like the perfect strength. Like, the arms break at the right time. The arms aren't weak enough where basically when an arm breaks on the Glide, I'm happy because it was a big crash, and a lot of times it will have saved the motor. Motors are $25 each. Arms are $6 or $5 or $7 each. I forget. And like, we're now in this situation where a lot of these frames are very similar because they're so good. Like, all these frames are so good that like motor protection when the arms break, props in view, like there's only like 5 or 6 things that realistically, like in the real world, make a difference between all of these really good frames that we've got. And in my opinion, the Glide ticks more of those boxes than anybody else, than the Apex, than the Moongoat, than any of the other lightweight frames that Joshua just tested on his review video, than any of the Armatan frames. But all of that, bearing all of that, with all of that said, I'm cheap as hell. So a $50 frame versus a $100 frame, like 99.9% of the time, even if that $50 frame is not as good, I will buy that $50 frame because I just straight up don't have the money to be buying $100 frames. It's got better motor protection, so it's going to literally save me money in saving motors. The arms break at the right time, and that tends to save the motors. I can run dead cat arms on the Glide to get the props out of view if I need to drop the HD camera down to 0 degrees or 10 degrees or 20 degrees. When I run the Glide with the camera up at 30 degrees, I can run it in TrueX configuration, which, like, absolutely no question is better, right? Because more of our weight is spread on the pitch axis. So for the arms to be TrueX is just going to manage that weight better. Like, whether or not you can feel it, it doesn't matter. Like, it's just physics or math or science or whatever the hell you want to say. So yeah, the Moongoat is a great frame, and buying it supports a great guy who did an amazing job and will continue to innovate and push. But I'm gonna fly Glides. I still think it's a great frame, though. Athix says it's not Ciotti proof. We don't know that yet. It might be. I'm gonna find out for sure. Alexander says, let's get that frame designed. Can be the new best thing. I'm trying to find the time, Alexander. I super appreciate your help. It's just yeah, I got a million things going on, and diving into a frame design is going to be brutal. Realistically, here's the other thing, is that the Glide is really, like, I don't think you and I are going to be able to design a frame that's better than the Glide. I still want to do it. It's still a cool project, but the Glide has set the bar incredibly high, and for me, I have to be realistic and manage my time. You know what I mean? So believe me, I'm gonna get back to you, and I'm I hope that we're gonna do something. But yeah. It's not gonna be for a little bit. Crunk says the Apex is a better frame. Period. I disagree. Metal Dirtskin says gotta go check my wife who just got out of the hospital. She's fine now. Have a good rest of the stream. Hope everything's okay, Metal. That's scary, man. Sounds like everything's okay though. Athix says I'm guessing we got that. Freelojo says FPV cycle for the wins. Yeah, I think so. In my opinion, at least, the way that I fly. I think the Apex has a very narrow window of who it's the best frame for, and I think the Moon Goat also has a little bit more of a narrow window for who it's the best frame for, and the Glide is just it's going to be a better frame for more people, because of all the things that we've been talking about over the last 15 minutes. Zanakis says thoughts on the FPV Cycle Prototype 5, especially for the air unit. Nevin, I have not. I just haven't had a chance to really dig into that Prototype 5. My worry is that I tend to be Bob's, like, in the past. Maybe he's got a new lunatic that crashes really hard, but usually that's me. I'm usually the guy that he sends prototypes to, and then I smash the living hell out of him and send him lots of pictures, and then he beefs them up here, there, everywhere. He's not talked to me about the Prototype 5 at all. So I'm hoping that he's got somebody else that has crashed that thing really hard to try to find the weak parts. But I just don't know. I need to try to find some time to get up with him and see if I can browbeat him into maybe sending me one. Athix says, I like squash decks personally. Would the Dead Cat arms on the Glide give me the same low feeling? Athix, it would give you an even lower feeling, because the Dead Cat arms on the Glide literally make the chin in the on the front of the canopy the lowest point. So you can literally put the FPV camera down as low as it will ever go with the Glide on the Dead Cat arms. B-Man says, I love the Glide. That's my go-to frame because of your recommendation. And what's up? You're going to love the Glide, B-Man. Well, you already do, it sounds like. Shane Ridge says, TBS Source 1 for the win. Can't beat $27. You can, Shane. The Source 1 has a really big issue in that it only has the arms are only 4 millimeters thick. To make up for that, they made the arms a lot wider, which is not a good idea. The propellers blow directly onto the arm, so the wider the arm, the more turbulence, the less efficiency, the less all these things. So if $50 is too much, the Source 1 frame is great, because $27 is crazy. The other issue with the Source 1 is that it shares the arm bolts with the stack, which is just that's just an old school design. That's a design from like 2 years ago. We've kind of moved beyond that, and pretty much every other frame available has gotten away from that because it's just not a good idea. So yeah, the Source 1 has some definite problems, but if if the Glide at $50 is too much, then it is a really good choice. But it is absolutely, you really can't say that, it's just not better than the Glide in really any way that I can think of, at least. Rob Axelson says, nothing is Ciotti proof. Alexander says, high bar equals more fun. Yeah, true. Jack Lanois says, what do you think about Bob's new Prototype 5? Just talked about that. Brian Ladmiral says, one of the only things that I don't like about the Glide is that the arms always come loose. My Moongo arms haven't budged. Glide does have much better motor protection. Brian, Loctite, brother. Tiny little dab of red Loctite on those arms. And then here's the other trick. With the new Glide specifically... Oh, I don't have them on this one. Here we go. With the new glide specifically, Bob has tightened up the tolerances on the armholes. So what happens is when you crank your hardware in from the bottom, it threads into the carbon of the arms, which I kind of like. But here's the issue with that. Once you get this arm bolt all the way tightened, well, so it's not an issue on the outer bolt. It's only an issue on the inner bolt, which goes into the standoff. So what can happen is when you get this screwed down and really tight, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's tight on the standoff. You've got to also crank the standoff down. So if you do a tiny little, just a tiny little bit of red Loctite on your arm bolts, and you either buy, my solution is to buy hex standoffs. My God, this one's so dirty that you guys aren't even able to see the damn things. Here's one that you can actually see. So yeah, my solution is to buy these hex standoffs, and then I can just put a little wrench on the hex standoff. So what you do is you screw up from the bottom, little tiny bit of red Loctite, and then so that gets tight on the sandwich plate and the arm. Rob Axis and blue Loctite is not enough. You need red. And then the standoff, you crank the standoff down, and then everything is tight. You know what I mean? Or if you just have the regular knurled standoffs, you can just grab it with a pair of pliers or whatever and crank it. But that if you've got glide arms from the last, so you know when it changed, when he made the glide arms both 16 by 16 and 19 by 19, there's another advantage of the glide, is that you can run 19 by 19 motors as well as 16 by 16 motors. The Moon Goat is only 16 by 16. This is not that big of a deal because most of the motors are now 16 by 16, but I guess on the Apex you can run 19 by 19 because steel still does that crazy 2-screw setup with the 19 by 19. So, but yeah, that's what you're probably running into there. Again, with the red Loctite, just a little tiny bit, and then you'll never have issues with the arm bolts backing out again. I've dealt with that for the last 2 years, and yeah, if you put enough blue Loctite on there, it'll stop happening. But basically, my cycle would need to be build the glide, bunch of blue Loctite, put it together. The arm bolts would, after like 20 or 30 batteries, they would start to loosen a little bit. I would take them all the way back out. I would slam them with Loctite again, put them all the way back in, 20, 30 batteries. They would back out a little bit. I would do it a third time, and then usually on the third time it would be good to go. Sometimes they would back out ever so slightly after a bunch more batteries, and then I would do it a fourth time, and then it would be fine. And then I said, let me just try the tiniest little bit of red Loctite, and done. Like, game over, good to go. So that's the easy fix. But for the love of God, just a little bit of red Loctite, because red Loctite is it's pretty aggressive. You guys are blowing me up in the chat. Let's get it going here. Where was I at? There's Brian's comment. Rob Oxison says CiottiFPV equals crash test dummy. Yeah, pretty much. Drone Pilot says I've hovered my Catalyst MachineWorks 5-inch without camera and VTX installed just to see how long the 4S lithium ion would last. On 2004s, 30 minutes later I got tired. Oh my God, yeah, it is bananas how efficient rigs are at a hover. B-Man says, flash my buddy's Mobula 6 with 423 CLI dump. Everything came up vid and OSD in the goggles, radio bound with channels and aux channels, all deflecting in Betaflight tabs. Sounds good. And then he says, but when I go to ARM, it says bad RX. What's going on? So, I mean, it kind of means what it says. There's... well, I mean, the CLI dump is really worrisome. When you do a CLI dump, you're just rolling the dice, and God knows what can happen. I've had so many issues with doing that. Like taking a rig, grabbing the CLI dump, a rig that works fine, updating the firmware, or just even like reinstalling the firmware, and then doing a dump, and taking a dump, and then it just doesn't work. So in order for me to even begin troubleshooting that, you got to do a fresh install, and you can't do a CLI dump. It's just a complete waste of time, unfortunately, for me to try to troubleshoot it with that. If the problem doesn't go away at that point, I mean, the problem with the Mobula 6 is the receiver is on board, so there's like very little troubleshooting that you can actually do. So like fresh firmware install, if it doesn't work, the RX blew up on the damn thing. Happy Model boards have a history of that. It sucks, but it's unfortunately the name of the game with crappy Model. It just sort of is what it is. So yeah, that's gonna have to be your beginning of the troubleshoot, is just to put fresh firmware on, no CLI nonsense. Go in, set the receiver properly. I'm sure you know how to do all that, and see if it talks to the see if it'll talk to you to the transmitter. Mark A says, I can't see the Dead Cat arms in stock anywhere. I fly Apex but want to play with Glide with a Vista. Let's see. So it's kind of hard to find the arms. It's not hard to find them, but it's easy to miss them. Here's how Bob has it set up. You gotta click on the frame that you want, and then this is where the arms are. Where the hell are they? Huh. Okay. So I guess you gotta I guess you gotta email Bob. Hold on, let me see. Where does it find them? Dead Cat arms available. Purchase set separate. Let's try this. Maybe they're not in here. Maybe they're a separate item. There you go. Oh, sold out. Wait, here we go. No, these are the 5.5 inch. So yeah, I guess Bob's waiting to get him back in. So shoot him a message. He's all over the place: Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Shoot him a message. Say, hey, one of those Dead Cat arms going to be back in. CiottiFPV sold me on them, and I need them. And I'm sure he'll get back to you. He's a super cool dude, and he gets back to pretty much everybody. Where we at? Come on. There we go. Rob Oxison says, no Loctite on props. It melts the plastic. Yeah, no Loctite ever on plastic. And then, yeah, we talked about that. Blue, not red. Red, not blue, though, is the end. Blue Loctite is not enough. Cannon Hughes says, any good places to fly in or near St. Petersburg, Florida? Taking a trip there tomorrow. Should I bring my drone? Cannon, I've got same answer from yesterday's stream. I've never been there, so unfortunately I just have no idea. Sorry, man. BeepTube says, I just put the 6-inch UAV Tech preset tune on my 6-inch Glide and switched to actual rates. Should be interesting to see how it works out. Awesome. Let us know how you like it, BeepTube. Alexander FPV says, nice haircut, looking clean. Thanks, brother. Freelojo says, my fix is stainless steel into aluminum, holds extremely tight. Haven't had any come loose on the hammer. That's my same setup, stainless steel into aluminum. And yeah, I did have issues with them coming loose. In fairness, though, I fly beat to hell propellers, beat to hell motors. Like it's almost like I try to vibrate the rigs to death. With RPM filters being so goddamn good, you can get away with that. So yeah, why wouldn't you? Little tiny bit of red Loctite is the answer. Ultron FPV in the house, looking good with the haircut. Now you look like a decent person. How dare you, Frederico? Drone Pilot says, I have 2 identical rigs, 7-inch, and I'm talking everything. ESCs, version, FC controllers, motors, props. Tune is different slightly on both, so I never copy the CLI ever again. Alexander says, Kebab is the man. Dan Richmond says, what's up, y'all? Okay, so camera is focused and bolted back in. Oh, by the way, so on yesterday's stream, we talked about how the TPU was preventing me from getting 30 degrees of up tilt on the FPV camera on the Moongoat frame. And I was talking about how if there was a little scallop cut out of the TPU, and I think on the stream I actually messaged. I'm the worst with names, man. Is it Stayfly? I'm looking it up right now. I want to say it's Stayfly. If I'm right. Damn. No, of course I wasn't right. Fly High FPV. Fly High FPV is who makes this TPU mount. If you're going to get a Moongoat, I would definitely recommend this. He's got these extra little bits of protection on the top and the bottom, and my God, does that make a big difference. This extra little bit of protection here is why I've always talked about so highly of BMC 3D TPU, and Fly High FPV has taken it a step further, and I absolutely love this extra little bit of protection here. I messaged him on the stream about it. I was messaging to say, like, you know, maybe do this in the future, maybe cut a little scallop. And he got back to me this morning and he said, awesome idea. I'm making you another one. It's on the printer now. And he sent me a picture of it here to show me, and so I can show you guys. So there you go. That little scallop there that he cut out, that's going to allow the FPV camera to go all the way up to 30, maybe even more, maybe even 35 degrees up tilt. So that's super cool, and it's even cooler that he's sending me one. I was just giving him feedback. I didn't expect for him to send it. But yeah, I love it. And the other thing I gave him feedback on is the single rear connection point for the back of the mount. I mentioned that if he makes that a little bit wider, we can put a washer in there just to have a little bit more of a contact patch. Because what can happen if you dig the nose in really hard, the GoPro is pretty heavy, and it wants to do this. And if you're just using a button head without a washer to increase the contact patch, it can sometimes pull the TPU right through the button head, and the GoPro mount will smash down and it's just no good. So yeah, he's gonna add that too. He's gonna add a little bit more width on the inset for the back there, which is again just awesome. So huge thumbs up to Fly High FPV for taking anybody that, like, I try to be very, very respectful when I give people feedback, because I understand that, you know, they've got a bunch of time invested in it, and it's hard to hear, like, hey, thanks for this thing, but it sucks because of these reasons, right? So I try to be as constructive as possible, and usually I get a good reaction, but not always. Sometimes people are like, screw you, you know, everybody else loves it. I don't care about your feedback. Go scratch. And fair enough. That's fine. Fly High FPV was not like that at all. He totally appreciated the feedback, and made changes, and yeah, is putting his money where his mouth is and sending me a free TPU mount. And I mean, that's big. That's huge. So big thumbs up to Fly High FPV 3D. I am trying to get you guys a link. There we go. Boomer uses internet for first time. There you guys go. There's a link to his Instagram channel. He's got some really cool stuff. His printing is gorgeous. It looks really, really good, and this is a big deal, man. Session 5s are selling for like $160, and with this extra bit of protection here, I mean the sessions are already unbelievably durable. But at $160 per, with no option of a physical damage protection, I want as much protection as I can possibly get for the already durable Session 5s. What you were just watching, though, is this Session 4. I bought a Session 5 from eBay, and when it showed up, it was this Session 4. And so I disputed the purchase, and the seller said, how much money do you want back to keep it rather than sending it back to me? So I basically told them, well, the Session 4s sell for whatever the hell it was at the time, $80, and you charged me $140 or whatever the hell it was for the Session 5, so just that difference. And they sent me that difference back, and and I kept the Session 4. And I'm glad I did, because it's actually really nice to have this for a day like today, where I was flying like shit. I wasn't going out to make to fly in a way that I would then edit it all fancy right. So yeah, the Session 4 is half the price of a Session 5, and if you're just gonna go banging around, it's perfect. And on 1440, it's 4x3, and then you can just do Wild Willie has a video here on YouTube, or you can just search YouTube for fake super view. You can very easily take that 4x3 and do a fake super view with it and get something that looks pretty much identical, if not even better, to be honest, than the Session 5's super view. So yeah, man, Session 4s, really good. They're unfortunately they're gaining value. I think they're up to $100, which is super annoying, but certainly better than 160. What's rattling on this? Is it this? It's just because I pulled this back cover off. Whatever. And yeah, this thing's been really durable. Usually with the Session 5s, when I start to get the cracks in here that this thing is already showing me, they're done. I'm pretty surprised at the fact that this case is now cracked and this thing is working totally fine, and the screen is even working. So I don't know, maybe the Session 4 is even more durable than the Session 5. I don't know. If for the record, if you guys see a Session 5 for sale for less than $160, I would snag it. I've got 4 that I like. It's weird. I just keep, if I ever see them less than 160, I snag them, because they're at some point they're going to be $1,000 per. And what's weird is when I go to fly one of them, I'm like, I don't know, because yeah, there's no damage protection on them, and they're expensive, but they're durable as hell. They're 1,000 times more durable than the Heroes. So I'm in this weird situation where I'm like, if I'm going to an exciting spot, or if the sky is looking really nice or something like that, no brainer, I'm gonna fly the Session 5. But if I'm just flying in one of my normal regular spots, I've been I don't know about this. I don't know, whatever. Wait, no, we got that. Rob Axelson says, any thoughts on Bardwell's Sedora? He had Mark Spat's UAV tech tune. I would suggest you also do a joint stream if you can send a rig in one piece. I've already sent Joshua a rig, so yeah, check out his channel for that. It was January 1st, I think, that he put that video up. The tune that Mark did for Bardwell was very aggressive. I've never seen a tune anywhere near that aggressive, so it's no surprises that tune flew very well. That's a tune that's so aggressive that you wouldn't that tune would not work for me. I fly my rigs really hard, and I don't replace the motors when I probably should. I don't replace the propellers when I probably should. I bend the propellers back until they're completely fucked. But not everybody's like that. Joshua's not like that. Joshua flies much more fresh props than I do. He replaces the props when he should. He replaces motors when he should. So he can absolutely get away with a really cranked up tune like that. My tunes are sort of a mix of like, basically the way that I tune is that I raise the values until all the bad behaviors go away. And I've been flying for a long, long, long time, and I've developed an ability to just avoid situations that cause prop wash. So basically, the way that my sort of like workflow, I guess, is that I go out and I fly 8 to 10 to 12 to however many batteries. And then I come home and I watch all the footage. And when I'm watching the footage, if I see bad behaviors in my freestyle flying, then I move the tune up. And after like a couple days of that cycle, when I watch the flight footage, all the bad behaviors are gone. And that's where I stop. I don't use black box. I don't really care to use black box, to be honest with you, because all that really matters to me is that the flight footage that I get is like doesn't have the bad stuff, right? Doesn't have the prop wash. It doesn't have any weird movements when I stab the throttle. That's like the tune is done for me at that point. And typically that is not a super aggressive tune. Like Betaflight does not need crazy values for the way that I fly. It doesn't need crazy values in order to have that, to produce HD footage that doesn't have any bad behaviors. And that's a really good thing for me because and it also allows me to not replace motors all the time, to not replace propellers all the time, just to bend them back, and to just beat the living hell out of my rigs, to be really honest with you guys. So, that's kind of my real world tuning method. I'm willing to bet that if I did black box my stuff, there would be some anomalies and some bad behaviors in there. But if it doesn't show up in the footage, I don't care, right? Like what's like why go any higher on the tune? Well, yeah, why go any higher in the tune, right? Like if I can't see it in the HD, there's no way in hell I'm going to see it in the analog FPV feed. Maybe these guys are flying DJI and with the HD DVI with the HD DJI they can see these other things, but even in that case, like I still wouldn't care, because if it's not showing up in the non-stabilized, that's the other thing too, right? Like I don't use what the hell is it even called? Hyper V. Why can't I think of what it's called? Hyper shot, hyper face, whatever. I don't use any of the stabilization. So like when I turn on the stabilization, it's like ridiculously clean. So yeah, I don't know. That's just sort of my philosophy on tuning. Always has been. Probably always will be. Join Pilot says, I posted the latest pics in FPV therapy of the Catalyst and my new 7-inch, a few inches, images rather. Very cool. RMH FPV says, thoughts on the Oh My God remix, ever fly it? I have flown it a few times. There is just way too much propeller in view for me. I don't like that look in the HD. Other than that, though, with the 6mm arms, it's a great frame, and it's got that. It feels more bottom heavy, which some people really dig. I don't really have an opinion on that. The weight being a little bit lower. I just can't get over the fact that there's so much prop in view on the HD. Yes, you can print out a mount that's like really high that fixes that, but I don't want the GoPro to be up that high. It's not good for the CG, and it's also not good for durability. So it's not the frame for me. But Tommy specifically like enjoys the way that props in view look, and if you do as well, then it's an awesome frame. I mean, it's an awesome frame, full stop. But there's just a couple things about it that aren't for me, and that's okay. That doesn't make it any less of a great frame. Drone Pilot says, yeah, somebody let me know that. I don't care. People can say whatever the hell they want. I'm not gonna justify it with any thought. Rob Axelson says, no, send Mark a rig. Oh yeah, that would be fun. I have had that thought. It would be interesting to see what he would do to it, but I mean it's just a situation where, like, sure, I could tune my rigs harder, but I don't want to. Like, I don't want to do that because it'll decrease my ability to run destroyed motors and destroyed props and destroyed arms and destroyed everything else. So yeah, I've been tuning for 4 years, and I understand how it works, and I understand how I want my tunes to very specifically be, which is, some people think it's crazy to tune the way that I do, but it works perfectly for me and allows me to save a lot of money, to be really honest with you guys. That's been one of the big factors in my approach to tuning, has been, how can I do this in a way that I can run banged up motors, banged up props, banged up everything, and still have something that performs really well. Drone Pilot says, I fly adjust up, feel motors, etc. adjust down. I do it all by feel. I dive from 300 meters high first for simple eye adjustments, then do the rest, but find most time I never need adjustments. Yeah, the stock tunes are scary nowadays. Rob Axelson says, Bardwell / Spats equal Formula One, Ciotti equals Road Atlanta. Yeah, sort of. Yeah, I'm sort of like the 24 hours of Lemons, and those guys are 24 hours of Le Mans. Drone Pilot says, you can't see in DJI anything extra. Your footage at the end of the day, when you view it on the PC, is the best result to tell. I agree. Alexander says, what about take a soda can and putting motors on it? Should fly great. Why a soda can? You need 4 soda cans. Shane Ridge says, in the comments of Bardwell's Gemfan Moonlight video, he talks about, like, yeah. All I'll say about the whole flying at night thing is, by the time that I do this paid shoot that I've been hired for, I will have a 107, or I will have someone there with me with a 107. And the flying at night thing, I mean, I took the job. I'm not going to back out now. Hopefully none of you guys rat me out to the FAA or whatever. If I get in trouble, I guess I'll just deal with it. I don't know. It's a controlled situation. We're going to be very low to the ground. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you guys, but I already took the job, and I'm just going to go do it, and I guess just please do me a favor and don't rat me out. Actually, no. I'm going to send them an email tomorrow, and I'm not going to take the job. That's actually what I'm going to do. Cool? So nothing illegal is going to happen, and it's all good. So now we don't have to worry about that anymore. Drone Pilot says, why do people even care about 107 stuff? I'll say, yeah, I sort of agree, but some people get really nuts about it, and yeah, I don't know. But I'm not doing that job. I'm gonna cancel, and so that I stay within the laws. Rob Axelson says it's sub 250. Yeah, I mean that's true. I could I have plenty of rigs that would be sub 250. So yeah, I'll put that in the email tomorrow that I send them. That, you know, I have sub 250 rigs, and those are the only ones I'll be able to fly. BeepTube says, where's the dirt track you were going to fly? Somewhere in South Carolina, BeepTube, I forget. Random FPV says, yes, cancel the job. It's already canceled. Cool, caught up on chat. Let's figure out. So the Moon Goat is now good to go. Let me throw a couple of propellers on it so that it's ready to go. How the hell did that happen? And we can move on to the next rig. Look at these fancy ass hyper I don't know. They have a name. Hyper Ionic something or other. You guys know that crazy coloring, right? You know what I mean? Hyper... Man, this Logitech, it just never ceases to amaze me how useless it is. If you guys are ever going to buy a webcam, make sure you don't buy a Logitech. They are awful. Film it from a mini Zeppelin. A mini Zeppelin. What the hell? Smoke up front, purple in the rear. There's really nothing to see here. I'm just cranking props on. What the hell is this color? Yeah, it is iridescent, but there's a name for it in the car world. Hyperchrome, I think. I think it's called hyperchrome. It's an anodizing technique that produces a really cool rainbowy color scheme. I really want to show it to you guys. Hold on, because it is super cool looking. And it'll allow me to shill one of my affiliate links. So let me take this off auto, and we're going to go here, and I'm going to go here, and here it is. Do you like the way this nut looks? Do you want to get your own... Oh, you fucker, you. Do you want to get your own fancy-looking prop nut that looks like this? Go on over to CiottiFPV.com, and there's an affiliate link for FPV Crate. Over on FPV Crate's website, they sell these for half as much as they do on GetFPV. I have no idea why. I think GetFPV just has the wrong price. But yeah, you can get yourself some of these nutties from FPV Cycle, and I will get 6% of your purchase. By the way, you guys are doing an amazing job, a much better job than I do with even my own affiliate links, because there's actual money coming in from affiliate links, and yeah, that's 100% you guys. You guys did that, and that's very, very cool of you. Yeah, I don't know what else to say other than thank you. Thank you for being less forgetful than I am about the affiliate links and using mine when you do orders on Amazon, Banggood, GetFPV, etc., etc., etc. Are any of you guys getting DJI version 2 goggles? I would make if you guys are getting DJI version 2 goggles, and if you remember to use my affiliate link, or just buy, you'd have to buy them from somewhere that I have an affiliate link. What do they cost? Like $500? 500 times 0.06. I would make $30. That's crazy. So yeah, if you're gonna buy DJI V2s, hook a brother up, man. Hook me up. Use that affiliate link. Buy them on Amazon. Buy them on GetFPV. Buy them on FPV Crate. Maybe they have them. I don't know. I don't have an affiliate link directly to those goggles, but that doesn't matter. If you hit any of my affiliate links, it'll bring you to a random item, and it doesn't matter. You don't have to buy the item that the affiliate link drives to. You just have to click the affiliate link, and then yeah, my info is in your shopping cart. So the whole shopping cart. I will, Mellow Fox RC says, is there an affiliate link that I can use that puts money directly into the BattleBot fund? There's not, Mellow Fox. What's cool about the affiliate links is they go directly into my bank account, and that's where my rent comes out of, autopay. And a pretty cool thing happened this month. That hasn't, at the beginning of February here, that hasn't happened before, which is that I forgot to, normally what I have to do is when the Patreon money comes in, I have to really quickly pull that out of PayPal. Yeah, I know you were joking, Melifox. I have to really quickly pull that out of PayPal, put it in my bank account before rent hits. I actually forgot to do that this month, and rent didn't bounce. So for the first time ever, I'm like a full month ahead of rent. And you guys did that. And that's pretty cool. And that allows me to unclench my asshole for a change. and yeah. Oh, hi. Hi, buddy. I've got a visitor. Look at this. This little shit. Oh, I shouldn't be doing this, but I'm gonna anyway. I just look over. And you see him? You see that little shit? Look at him. Feed me? He's got an entire hour before it's his feeding time. And yet, there he is, chat. There he is, already begging and pleading. Like the bad little Harry Potter that he is. That's alright. That's my boy right there. It's my son. Drone Pilot says, car welding exhaust killer. Ultra Omega Chrome, BeepTube says. Chrome Flare, says Mark A. Ultron says, different rules apply. Man flight at night is illegal, but we have clearly stated that those props are meant for racing events. Okay. Also fly them whenever is legal in your country. You develop products for the whole world. Very cool. Alexander says, just one can will fly like the linchpin, great in all directions. Alright, so we're good there. And Rob Existence says, ain't nothing illegal till you get caught. Yeah, it's true. Athix says, I want the nut grabber. That's where my Amazon affiliate link drives to, is the nut grabber. Alexander says, getting my DJI V2s. Are you really? That's super dope, man. Already used it when I ordered it. Nice. Dude, awesome. Mark A says, why do you use RaceWire / LEDs? Great question, Mark. I like RaceWire because it makes motor swaps a lot easier. So like if I have to do a motor swap out in the field, all I've got to do is pull the prop, boom, 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 yoink, and away we go. Whereas just having to get all up in here with the soldering iron, like it's just a pain in the ass. The other thing that I like is that the race wires take the prop strikes a lot better than the wires, right? Like, how many times have you filleted one of these wires? Okay, so, all right, so I use these glass panes on these doors with dry erase markers to write stuff down. Hold on, I can show you guys what's going on. Hold on, I can move this over. All right. Oh, you can't quite see it. Okay, so I have like notes to myself written on all these things. I have like one pane for like Facebook, one for Instagram, and like I leave notes and write things. My fucking cat is down here right now, going like this on the pane, and his little paws have all the fucking dry erase on them right now from all the notes that I'd left on that goddamn pane. I hope there was nothing important written on there, because it's now on his paws. Harry, you're a bad boy. You're a very bad boy. Someone's not going to get their giveaway now, maybe, because you're an impatient little jerk. He doesn't care. He doesn't care. Not a good boy. That's not good boy behavior. Don't blink. Blinking is not gonna get you off. There's like remnants in the corners of the glass of like whatever the hell I had written down there. Oh boy. Oh, he's freaking out. Oh, he's freaking out. I wish you guys could see it. What a jackass. I can't lift this camera up to show you guys, but just imagine a little jerk. All right. Enough, buddy, enough. Come on. Oh man, I have no idea what was written down there. I have no clue. He wiped it all off. Buddy, why did you? You couldn't have like left the corners or something? Like, dude, you wiped it all off. Come on, man. Really? Get your shit together, boy. Come here now. Let me see those pads. Hold on. I want to try to show you guys his pads. What are you doing? Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Yeah, he knows. He knows I'm gonna beat him, so he's running away. I can't believe that just happened. It's ridiculous. So yeah, prop strikes, and then the LED thing, like it's just cool. And the if for like whatever reason I need those LEDs to not be there, right? Like if there's like for example, this shoot that I'm gonna cancel, I will just wrap black electric tape over the LEDs, and then they don't shine through. See if the paint is toxic. Oh God, that's true. It's just dry erase marker. Dude, stop! Come on, man. You're gonna wake your mother up. Stop. Not cool. Yeah. Good call, Pedro. Hold on. Let me actually do that because. Homeboy is a very expensive little shitbird. Is dry erase toxic to cats? Oh, look, a Reddit post. Ah, no answer. Wait. Nah, no answer. Damn. Let's see. Are markers toxic to cats? Well... No. Alright, doesn't look like there's a really... Oh, come on now. Dangerous chemical and dry erase markers. Awesome. Hey, there we go. Non-toxic. There we go. Oh, he's down by my feet now. Okay, let me see if I can grab him. Gotta do this very gently or he'll know it's coming. Oh, he knows. Hi, buddy. Oh, he knows. I'm gonna have to sneak up on him. Oh, he's not looking. Let's try. Okay. Okay. There's my boy. Okay, bad boy. Let the people on the internet see your bad pads. His pads are like... Oh, yeah, you could totally see it. Dude, why did you do this? You little shit. Luckily, it's dry erase, so it's coming right off. Alright, buddy, just another second. Hold on. I'll let you go. You can totally see it. Random sauce bunghole. Hey, CiottiFPV, what's up, Dan? How are you, man? Don't mind me. I'm just cleaning the dry erase marker off of my idiot cat's paws. because he decided when I'd shut these doors behind me and I used the glass panes on the doors to leave myself notes with a dry erase marker, and he started clawing at the door, and he wiped all my dry erase notes off onto his little pads here 10 minutes ago. Freeloader says pets are great. Sorry, buddy, relax. Drone Pilot says, I have repaired wires from a motor that got ripped in a crash. I attached it to the original enamel copper out of the bottom. Tedious work, but I did it. Very cool. I've always thought I've had that happen a couple times, and I've always been like, man, that looks like I can do it, but it looks tedious. And I've been like, nah. I always have extra stators because I break motor bells constantly. License to Drive says Tony Cake posted an Immersion RC love story coming the 14th of February. Febtember, great. So I made and posted this, and he spit his wine. Nice. Let me hit it a minute. All right, I think I got it all off. You can be a good boy, or you can be a jerk. You gonna chill out, buddy? Look at the size of this cat too. Ready? Homeboy is big boned. Get your claw. Man, his claws are really sharp. I lost his nail trimmers. Look at the size of this thing. And he's all like bunched up. Hold on, let me see if I can stretch him out for you guys. Hey, relax. Oh, hey, buddy. Wow. I guess sitting here and rubbing his paws for 10 minutes was a little overstimulating. He's usually not that bad. Wow. Don't mess with cats, yo. They'll mess with you back. Now he's out there screaming. Stop, dude. I'm serious. I'm going to hit you with a stick. Not really, but, you know. Stop anyway. Damn. Yo, he hasn't been bad like that since he was a kitten. Woo! Boy. He gave me the warning, too. He gave me the look and the warning meow, and I chose to ignore it. So, it's my fault. Cats let you know, man. If you ignore it, it's on you. Quadzimoto says, what's the difference between Brother Hobby 2004 VYs and 2004 SEs? The really good question. The VY is Brother Hobby's lightweight. Tweet. Hit the chat with some knowledge on what VY means. I think it was Tweet. It was you that told me what VY means, right? I forget what it is. But it's something in the aeronautical world. BeepTube says he went straight for the eyes. He did too. Tweet says, walk into the garage with 3 dogs and one eaten decon mouse poison pack. Oh God. Just another day on the farm with animals. Athix says Bernie only has 3 to 4 hours. Nice. Am I caught up? I'm caught up. Wait, no, I want to look at this though. We're going to copy link address, and I'm going to come up here. I got to be really careful now. Oh, my God. Oh, boy. Wow. License to Drive. You've outdone yourself there. That's brutal, man. Jesus. Okay, I think I am. Yeah, I'm caught up. All right, cool. One more repair. Let's figure out what the hell's going on with. Now you know what? It's been an hour 46. I can see that Kristen is not out there, so she's on the other side of this wall sleeping. So let me BeepTube. It's here. I'm gonna copy and paste License to Drive's comment explaining it. There you go. That's what License to Drive said. That explains it. I'm actually gonna shut this mother down. Wait, no. Let's do something real quick. I've got this 2mm prop driller thing, and let's drill a couple propellers out. I have to look up how it works though. So if I come in here, I think it's in the prop section, right? Of course not. It is in the extras section. The real reason I'm going to shut the stream down is because I want to go beat the cat for trying to claw my eyes out. I'm going to beat him to the white meat. I don't actually beat my cat. I'm just gonna go feed him to shut his ass up. Okay, so... Oh, okay. That's easy. That's easy. Okay, so let's assemble this thing. And then, yeah, I mean, there's really not going to be a troubleshoot. It's going to be plug it in, the camera's not going to work, and then I'm going to have to switch the camera out. So, it's, yeah, that's going to be a pretty boring troubleshoot, but, yeah. Let's do this, because this is a really cool thing that Bob had manufactured, and I'm super curious as to how well it works, and how I'm mainly concerned about how quickly this works, because like I've been down this road of drilling propellers out before, and it's super annoying. But this thing makes it look like it's going to be a lot less annoying. So let's take a look. I'll give you guys my honest opinion on the annoyance factor of drilling these propellers out. The reason why I've got this is because I've got this set of AMAX 1303 7500 kV motors, which I think are going to be really good, but they have 2mm motor shafts. Rob Oxison listed the 1408s on FPV Exchange. Nice, brother. It's a smart man right there. Okay, so I'm just going to refer to the picture. So it looks like... Alright, so it looks like... What's this thing for? I have no idea what that's for. So it's drill bit, and then propel. Oh wait, no, I see. Okay, so it's. I see. So this thing goes. Oh, for heaven's sakes! Oh, cool. There's a little notch in the middle. Okay, so the included M2 screws go like that, and then they go through the propeller. The Avan propellers, the screw holes are very tight. And there we go. Okay, cool. So that goes there. Not too bad so far. And then this goes on the... Oh, there's a little bearing in there. That's cool. Okay. Nice. And then... Oh, no, I see. Okay. So propeller gets screwed on here. Got it. Propeller gets screwed on here. And... okay. Gotcha. Okay, so yeah, that goes on there. And then drill bit. And yeah, I mean, you just drill it out. I don't know what this other stuff is for. Hold on. There is another picture. No. The other... Yeah, I don't know. I mean... Yeah, cool. So that holds the propeller perfectly square, and now I can feel. It just got a lot easier because it removed all of the plastic. Damn, okay. That was very straightforward. A little fiddly, admittedly, mainly because the M2 holes in this propeller are too goddamn tight. This is one of the things I really don't like about these. So yeah, there you go. Whoop. And oh, I know what this is. This is a tester. This is I bet you this is a 1.5 and then 2. So now it's just 2, and this is just 2 millimeters. So this is a tester, so you put it on here, and yeah, look at that. Very cool. And yeah, I mean, that's like, I can see it, but you guys aren't going to be able to see it. It's nice and clean. It's completely centered. Damn. Okay. And when I spin it, yeah, it's spinning true. Okay, fair enough. That totally works. And here's the material that was removed to go from a 1.5 millimeter center to a 2 millimeter center. Damn, okay. Way to go, Bob. Oh yeah, wow, you can really see it. Holy crap. What a difference. Jeez. Okay, yeah, done. Totally works. Nice. Did he get me? Nah, I'm good. Oh yeah, there's a little mark. A little dick. Square peg equals round hole, Rob Axelson says. Gem Fan Rush 2.5 inch pro. Love those on my Tiny Hawk Freestyle. They certainly are, Rob. These Rush propellers I've been talking about lately, realistically, these are the best micro propellers. Full stop. Like, these are the ones. So I'm gonna be doing some more 2.5 inch builds and flying and experimentation. Oh, here, let me fix this. And all right, I'm gonna wrap this up because Kristen's sleeping. Thanks for hanging. This was not Whoop Wednesday. This was a weirdo Wednesday stream, but I just wanted to give you guys something because I do stream every single day, and the patrons get the replays of all these streams. When I stream every day, I make them public during the stream. If you want to get the replay, though, on Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays, you can only get that on Patreon, and you're going to have to pay $3 whole a month to get that. That's 10 cents a day. So it's 10 cents a stream. You know it's worth it. Thanks for hanging, you wonderful rat bastard. Athix is going to try the Rush on his 95X, and that's how we're going to wrap it up. Here's some more rando flying from today, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Which rig is this? I don't know what rig this is. CiottiFPV.com. Million ways to support me if you want me to keep doing this full time, as I have been for the last year or so. Be good. Rob Axelson says listing on FPV Exchange was easy. Yeah, it is. You search for the item and you hit it. It's super cool. And here you guys go.
Holy shit, I have video. Alright. This is the T-Motor F40 Pro 2 rig. 1600 kV, no motor scaling, Ovonic 6S 1000, and glide frame. Let's see how it be. Gemfan 5140.